Welcome to Jordan Sports Talk. This is your boy Jordan here. It's been quite a while since we've done this, hasn't it? There's just been a lot going on, guys, and I just want to apologize for that. As you know, uh, the last time you saw me record a Jordan Sports Talk session, I was in beautiful Carroll Stream, Illinois. At the time, I was living with my folks, and we were in the process of moving. I now live in Glendale Heights with one of my buddies. Also, it looks like it's going to be the end of the month, I'm going to be moving to beautiful Henderson, Nevada. So, lots of changes going on. So, I wanted to get a few episodes in before I make my move. We're going to do 3 separate episodes. I'm going to do this one by myself on college. I'm going to see if I can get some colleagues of mine, maybe one to do baseball with me and one do the NFL with me. I'm really excited to do this. I want to give a shout out to a few of my friends who took the time to ask me some questions as we're going to get this rolling along here. I'm looking forward to the football season. As you guys know, I'm a big Notre Dame guy, so I am looking forward to what's to come. NFL, Ravens Nation, let's see what happens. I just can't wait to see what Lamar and these young cats are going to do. And then for baseball, trust the process, baby. My White Sox last season won 62 games. Right now they're sitting at 59 and 69. Looks like like I predicted, we were going to win about 75 games. Maybe we can give more, depending on what the young cats do. This episode is strictly college football, so it's just basically I'm going to be answering your questions about what's going on in college. I'm going to give you my playoff predictions. Simple as that. No New Year's Six predictions, just playoffs, and then the last 2 out. So we're going to get right to it, guys. I know you guys got stuff to do, so I just want to say I appreciate y'all for taking some time to ask me some questions. I did some homework. I did some stats on some of the stuff that you asked me, and I just want to say, hey, I appreciate it so much. As in about a couple hours, I'm going to see the White Sox take on the Texas Rangers. So I got a very happy face. All right. Excuse me, from Cameron. What's up, dude? Don't want to swear here, but Bleak Jeter, right? Looking at Oklahoma's schedule as they announced Jalen Hurts as their starting quarterback in Lincoln Riley's offense, what are the odds that Oklahoma has 3 straight Heisman winning QBs? The odds are extremely good. I looked at your schedule this year, and the only game that really stands out that's going to be tough is Texas. That seems like there's always a kryptonite for Oklahoma, and it seems like it's their not in-state, but it's their rival. So I did some stats on Jalen Hurts, and I'm going to tell you them, and I'm going to give you the stats of the previous 2 Heisman winners, and that should just about answer your question. So we're going to go Jalen Hurts. He's 26-2 at Alabama. Imagine being 26-2 and losing your starting job. So his career stats, he was throwing about 62% of his passes a game. He threw for 56, 26 yards, 48 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. Not too bad. Pretty solid. He rushed for over 1,000 yards. So he's got a little bit of everything. That's kind of nice, what you need out of a Heisman Trophy winner. Which leads to the previous Heisman Trophy winners. We're going to start with 2017 Heisman winner Baker Mayfield, who threw for 4,627 yards, 43 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, rushed for 311 yards, scored 6 touchdowns, and he also had a 70.6 completion percentage. Kyler Murray, your 2018 winner, threw for 61%. He had 4,053 passing yards, 40 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, rushed for 892 yards, and scored 11 touchdowns. Jalen Hurts, I think, is a nice addition to Oklahoma. It'll fit their 1-year window while they're recruiting. I think he's got the leadership. He showed that while he was in Alabama. He was willing to help Tua out. He does have a great arm. He does have great leadership. I don't think he's better than what Kyler Murray and Mayfield is, but with the schedule, I think he is a great game manager, and I think he can do enough to lead that team to a Big 12 championship and can lead him to a future playoff berth. I think he's a terrific young addition. And I think he will be a nice addition to an NFL team as a backup quarterback. And he's got a nice IQ, and I think him and Lincoln will fit very well. Last season, Oklahoma averaged 48 a game while they allowed over 30 points a game. So honestly, Cameron, the big question mark is going to be their defense more than anything else. But in your case, nobody plays defense in the Big 12. So I think I see good things out of Oklahoma this year. All right. From the commissioner of the world. What's going on, homie? How you doing, man? Which unranked team has the best chance to upset the Ohio State Buckeyes this year? They have lost to one unranked team over the last 3 years. That is new to me because I did not know that. I know for a fact they lost to Iowa. I don't know if that was last year or the year before, but they got smoked on the road. So, Kamish, I looked up their schedule, and I'll give you my best possible answer if they do lose to an unranked team. It looks like it's a pretty favorable schedules here. I don't know if they'll get them in the playoffs, though. So, they're home against Florida Atlantic. That's an unranked team. They'll win. Home against Cincinnati. That's an unranked team. They should win that one. At Indiana. That might be a good game, but I think they're better than Indiana. Miami, Ohio. That's a win. At Nebraska. It says they're 25th ranked, but I think Nebraska gets overhyped every year. That's a win. I'm just going to look up unranked teams. One team did come into mind. They do play at Northwestern. Northwestern was the Big Ten, the Big Ten West champions. I think I got that right. They were the Big Ten West champions last season. They were 9-3. I don't know if they won 10 games last year. I don't know how they did in their bowl game, to be honest. But Northwestern's always a team that's well coached. And Fitzgerald always has those guys ready, and it seems like they're improving year by year. And it wouldn't surprise me if Northwestern made it back to the Big Ten championship game. It's probably going to be them or Wisconsin. So I'm very excited to see what they can do. Kamish, honestly, if it's my best guess, unless Michigan State ends up unranked, or Wisconsin ends up unranked, or Penn State, or Michigan even, I don't see that happening. I would say at Northwestern, I think that's a good shot, but I think they should be okay this year on unranked teams. So we will go from there. Should be a fun season. All right, final question from Eric. Who will play in the 2020 College Football National Championship game? Well, Eric, over the last 2 years, it's been Clemson and Alabama, so I think I'm going to state the obvious here, that it's going to be Clemson and Alabama. Clemson doesn't have a hard game on their schedule this year. Alabama, has to go through LSU. They have to go through Auburn. And they're probably going to have to play Georgia in the SEC Championship. So even though they play the Walmart third shift every year, and they play the Sisters of the Blind a few times a year, they do have some tough games. I do think that conference does get overhyped, though. So I do believe, outside of Georgia, let me backtrack what I said. Outside of Georgia, I've always thought the SEC is very overhyped. So I do think it'll be Clemson, Alabama, and I think Alabama will get Clemson back this year. But Clemson usually has a game where they play down their competition, or they'll get shocked and lose. But I think with how strong they look come playoff time, I think both teams can afford to lose a game and then make the playoffs. So I did my college football predictions, as we said here. I'm going to give you my top 4 teams, and then I'm going to put the last 2 out, and we'll see what you guys think. So Clemson's going to be my number 1 team at 13-0. Alabama, I got them going 13-0. I got Oklahoma going 12-1. I think they lose to Texas, but I think they knock down Texas. Knock off, whatever you call it. I got Georgia going 11-2. I think that even though with one more loss than my next team, I think they have a very rough schedule. And I think even if they lose to Alabama and they keep it close, I think the committee is going to look at that and say, hey, this team deserves a chance. I personally thought Georgia should have had another chance. But I understand at the same time that's not fair to Alabama to play the same team 2 weeks in a row. So that's why they gave Oklahoma the edge. My number 5 seed is Notre Dame at 11-1. Notre Dame's got I think they got an easier schedule than last year. Brian Kelly's done a terrific job over there. 3 of the last 4 years, they've won 10 games or more. I saw their schedule. They do go to Georgia in week 3. That will determine. I think that'll determine their season more than anything else. And I think week 7 or week 8 they go to Ann Arbor, Michigan, and I think Notre Dame's a better team overall than Michigan. And then the final week of the season they go into Stanford, and I think they're a better team than Stanford. Number 6, Hook 'em Horns. I think they've looked a lot better. They look like a team that's ready to compete. They were very surprising last year. And I think they're just going to make things a lot of fun this year. I think they're going to knock off Oklahoma, and I think it'll be 4 versus 5 for the Big 12 championship. I have them at 10-3. I have them losing 3 games and having 6 seed because they do have a pretty rough schedule this year. So, yes, no love to the Big 10, no love to the Pac-12. Pac-12 is very weak. I see Ohio State losing 2 games on that schedule. Michigan's going to lose 2 games. So I have them probably at 7, 8, 9. If you guys want me to, I can make my 5 bowl predictions. I can do that towards the next episode. But these were my college football predictions. I hope you enjoy them. And by the way, I got Florida beating Miami tonight. So I know it's week 0. So I just want to say thank you for the support. More episodes coming up. I'm going to try, like I said, as best I can to have some people alongside of me so I can hear their intake, because I'm sure everyone has a different intake. And everybody likes to hear 2 sides, not just one. So let me know how you guys are, how I'm doing. Subscribe on YouTube to Jordan Brunette. Again, subscribe to Jordan Brunette. Tell your friends, tell your family members, tell your sports junkies. Subscribe to this channel. I could use all the support in the world. If you want, come along. I'll tape us. We can just talk whatever's on your mind. Like I said, I got a baseball episode and I got an NFL episode, so still ways to go. So if I get some more questions, I will get that taken care of. So keep it tight, y'all.